Hello Pisces, Elsie here to do your monthly reading. We're looking at the monthlies, looking at August, my friend. So I've got this one deck here. We're going to use this one deck for the beginning, the middle, and the end of the month. I'm going to throw some tarot at it. We're going to find out what could be going on for you in the month of August 2026. Tell me about my water family. Tell me about Pisces. If you are a sun, moon, rising, Venus, or Jupiter sign, you have some Pisces in your chart, there could be something here for you. Please use your discernment. And if it doesn't fit with whatever's going on with you, then just please carry on. It's okay. I'm not really stuck to that outcome. It doesn't matter to me if it resonates with you or not. I just hope it resonates with someone. All right, here we go. We are at it. We've got the porcupine spirit. Time for a beginner mindset. Look, it feels like, it says time for a beginner mind. I really do feel that I'm talking to or reading for somebody specifically who's really gone through a trial of being hurt and healed, and hurt and healed. I think that you've probably become a master, Pisces, at healing your pain. I'm just looking at this porcupine, right? This porcupine can get a little nervous and shoot out its quills in order to protect itself. We've got card number 12, and that's you, right? Pisces is the 12th of the zodiac, the 12th sign. And I feel like it says here that you're sort of at the end, beginning again. So 12 is the last sign of the zodiac, which is you, but then we get to start again at Aries, right? So I feel like you're going into a new cycle. And I think that this is asking you not to prepare to change immediately, not to prepare for something new, but to get in the mindset. I feel like you're supposed to be thinking about it, listening to your intuition. And I feel like this season for you of being hurt, trying to heal, being hurt, trying to heal. I don't think you're going to have to be on guard anymore. The porcupine's always on guard, right? I don't think you're going to have to be on guard anymore for being hurt. But you should always be aware. Oh, I love this. Look at this. Be at peace. Okay, now I got to tell you something. I have this little scrying mirror that my friend gave to me. And he's got an Etsy store called Paranormal Pete. He sent that to me in the mail, and I said, look, I'm not a scryer. I don't know what I'm supposed to see in there. And as I was meditating just moments before your reading, and I was shuffling the cards here, I looked into the scrying mirror, which I don't usually do, and a bird on a building, like I got it pointed at the window here, and there's a building outside my building, and at the top of that building, I saw 3 birds fly over and come down and sit on the top of that building, facing this way. Now, I don't think they were looking at me or anything, but I'm just saying the bird is here, the dove is here. Isn't that interesting, right? So I believe in I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in things that actually have meaning. So this here says, dove spirit says, be at peace. I feel like it's time for you to be on some sort of a peaceful journey. You don't have to stand on guard anymore. And I feel like it's time for you to realize that, you don't have to be Chicken Little anymore. Another bird, right? You don't have to be Chicken Little anymore. I don't think the sky is falling, Pisces. Tell me more. We've got, we don't read these ones upside down. We've got the crow spirit. It says co-create with spirit. All right, so I think it's asking you to heal. Card number 17 is the star in the tarot, and I feel like it's asking you, card number 21, right? Card number 21 is the world card. It feels like it's asking you to end the cycle, be at peace. It's time for healing. I don't think you're going to have to feel like you have to protect yourself anymore. We've got the miracles are endless. I love this. Look, you are going into August with, I feel like you sort of go into August sort of opening the door, peeking out the door and making sure that there's nothing around that will hurt you. And I think as you venture out the door and into the world, I think you're going to realize that this is a different cycle for you, my friend. All right, let's find out what tarot says for you. And hey, Pisces, I just want to say thank you for the way that you love me. Like when you give me your thumbs up, be in the comments. It all helps. Your hypes, everything helps. So thank you so much for all the ways that you love me and doing all that. You're growing this channel. Let's find out what's going on here. Tell me about the porcupine spirit. Time for a beginner mind, it says. So you're at the beginning of something. There it is. The Six of Swords says you are getting out of the chaos, friend. You've already left the chaos. In fact, I just got shivers from head to toe here. But with the Six of Swords, it tells me something's already in motion. Please understand that as soon as you think about it, as soon as you decide to do it, the universe starts moving things to help you move things forward, right? To help you get whatever it is that you want. So you are working in co-creation with spirit, because you can't just hope and wish for it. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of prayer. I'm more of a fan of meditation, because it's not just wishes and dreams and hopes and asking some omnipotent being to bring it to you. It's you doing your part as well. And so I feel like you're at a beginner mindset, and I feel like the Six of Swords is telling me that you are already moving in that direction. Tell me more. We've got the Knight of Swords. This says, be at peace and quickly get there. I feel like that's what is bearing down on you, my friend. I think that there is a message of peace that is going to be showing up for you. But I think that this message of peace is going to bring something to a close, because we have card number 21. 21 is the World card in the tarot. So I feel like there is a time here that is time for you to give something up. It's time for you to bring something to a close. A close is fast approaching here. That's what it feels like. Tell me about the create, co-create with spirit, co-create this brand new exciting place that I feel that you're going to end up by the end of the month. This, I feel like going through the beginning and the middle of the month, I feel is sort of a learning process, learning to feel safe, learning to move forward, avoiding or moving away from the chaos. She's got her back to this person here, and it feels like this person's decided, you know what, I've just got to go and disconnect. Got to disconnect from whatever it is that was maybe not working out for you or making you feel chaotic mentally. And so I feel like the Knight of Swords is here and saying, you know what? It's time for you to head out. It's time for you to head out toward the peace. I'm just counting. I always like to count the arrows. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's healing. There's 4 arrows in that quiver there. All right. Let's see what the tarot has to say. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the Knight of Wands. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like you're out of... I'm going to say you're out of this place where you had to constantly be in your ego. When we are always feeling like we are on guard, that's our ego. Our ego shows up to protect us sometimes. But sometimes people are always feeling scared will get stuck in their ego. I feel like you may have been in this place of trying to get into temperance. We got fire and water. We got fire and water next to each other. You've been trying to step into temperance for a while. The place of integration, the place of trying to be solid in your healing rather than going high highs and low lows and high highs and low lows. And I think that the Ace of Pentacles tells me now you're investing in the self, because Pentacles are about the 3D world. I think you're investing in yourself, and I feel as though the Ace of Pentacles is saying get ready to invest in yourself. You don't have to be afraid anymore. You can show this side of you. The Queen of Cups is here, compassionate, kind, loving, deep, right? Very deep emotional energy. And the Knight of Wands tells me that you can still have your ego riding shotgun. Like everybody needs their ego at some point to get through things that scare us. But I feel like it can now either ride in the back seat or ride shotgun. I don't think it needs to be taking over. I feel like you are now detaching from a chaotic mindset, and you're now investing in yourself. You no longer are in this survival mode, is what it feels like. Middle of the month, we've got the Empress, we've got the Queen of Swords, and we've got the Five of Cups. I feel like you do have some sort of a message that will be coming to you by around about the middle of the month of August, but it feels like it comes from somebody who delivers a message in a way that is very stable and solid and grounded. This person is highly intelligent. They are somebody who I feel is probably newly in their Empress energy. When I see the Queen of Swords and the Empress on the table, you know, if you've been here before, I'm sorry if I repeat myself, but I feel like the Queen of Swords energy is the last energy that we're able to conquer before we can fully step into the Queen, into the Empress energy. Because to me, it's really hard. It's the hardest queen. It's easy to be independent. You know, it's very practical to get your money in order. I feel like it's it's easy enough to be kind and compassionate and loving, but when it comes to making boundaries, when it comes to being honest and truthful and saying what is really honest and truthful and not really caring if somebody feels offended by that, because the truth doesn't give a crap what you feel about it. The truth is the truth. So I feel like the Five of Cups tells me that there is some information delivered that I feel that you probably don't like right up front because it's very truthful, but it comes from a person that you know would never really out and out be here to hurt your feelings. It feels like the Empress is here to bring out some sort of truth and let you know about it. The Five of Cups tells me you might feel in a little bit of regret about something for a moment, but it brings you peace as well. So it does feel like it's the closing of a cycle or the closing of situations. Sometimes people get nostalgic about buildings in their city, a place they went as a child. Maybe they're going to bulldoze the playground you used to play in as a child. It feels kind of like that. It feels like, oh, darn it, that thing is over, it's done. And it's a little bit of emotional regret that I didn't visit there, or I didn't visit them, or I didn't pay more attention to that before it left. That's what it feels like. I don't think this is a person we're talking about. I don't think anybody's dying is what I'm saying, so don't freak out about that. It does feel like it is something that has to do with truth. You learn a truth about something like, oh crap, I didn't want to think that way about that situation, but now there's too much information here. And now you're forced to look at it differently and make a decision. The two swords are here, one in the hand of the Queen and one in the Knight of Swords. And it feels like this is a hard crossroads to be at, because I think that you had your blindfold on the whole time. You wanted to think better of the situation, the person, the thing, the job, whatever it is, and now the truth comes to light, and for a moment, I feel that you are feeling sort of regretful, but I think that ultimately, peace is here. It brings the end of a cycle or an end of a chapter, and that's what gives you peace. Tell me more about Pisces. We have the Eight of Wands, we have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Strength card. So co-creating with Spirit, I feel like it's time for you to move along, my friend. It feels as though it's very interesting because the Eight of Wands is here and the Ace of Wands is here. And you guys know I like to add them, right? So that's 9 wands for me. It feels like possibly you're moving into a more steady situation where you don't feel as burnt out, or you don't feel like there's so much going on. Maybe you've had a very busy month up to this point, but the Eight of Wands tells me things are moving quickly, but the Ace of Wands tells me now it's something that really excites me. So I think that while you get all of the other stuff out of the way, they seem like things that you have to do. This seems like something you want to do. But I feel that moving forward and having fun, I'm going to say that you're a person maybe who, I feel like I'm talking to someone who's like there to do my duty. I'm there to make things right. I'm there to be the person who makes sure it gets done right and in the right way. I feel like there is a Three of Pentacles here with the Strength card. It almost feels like you are avoiding going out and having fun, like really tying one on, or going out with friends, or going on a trip, going out on some sort of adventure. It feels like you've been holding back on that, trying to find the courage to maybe build a new foundation, possibly with something. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's a new group of friends, or a new neighborhood, or a new network of people. But I feel like it's time for you to move forward with adventure. And the Eight of Wands is telling me, the Ace of Wands is telling me, go, it's going to be fun, go on the adventure. But I feel like you're still stuck in this place of, but I'm not exactly sure if play is going to be comfortable for me, because I think you're a person who's very sort of regimented with what you should do instead of what you could do for yourself. So I think that you got to co-create with Spirit. That's what it feels like. But look, I love this here because it says the miracles are endless, and if you think that they are, they will be. I feel like you're moving into a place and time at the end, by the end of August here, where I feel you feel more beautiful. You feel more adorned. I feel that you are a very giving person, and you will give to your detriment. But I feel like it's time for you to have a little more fun, and I think you will do that by the end of August here. The Seahorse Spirit is here. Watch and wait. Something is coming up that you're not aware of. Maybe we'll talk about that in the extended. I'm going to put down 3 cards here before I tell you about where to go in the extended. These 3 cards are intended to give maybe some advice, but we do clarify them in the extended to find out if this is advice or if this is what is coming up next. Let's talk about this. Tell me more about Pisces in the month of August. we've got the Page of Cups. Look, there is something coming up here. It says, watch and wait in the first card I pulled was the Page of Cups. So I feel like there is something showing up here that it could be a new person. It could be something that's surprising or something that kind of shocks you. Maybe you didn't expect this to show up, but I feel the fact that you are willing to be courageous enough to close off an old chapter of your life to move forward with a little more adventure tells me that that's going to bring a little more excitement, right? The Ace of Wands, but it's also going to bring more surprises. Tell me more. We've got the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so there could be some information that you receive. The Seven of Swords is in the reverse, which tells me that might be something that was hiding under the surface, something you didn't trust. Your intuition was on it, but you couldn't feel it. You didn't know exactly, couldn't put your finger on it. Feels like there is some sort of a truth that's coming to the surface that might shock you or surprise you. Could be good or bad. I mean, we'll talk about that. We'll clarify it in the extended. And then we have the Four of Cups. It's going to take you, going to draw you outside your comfort zone, I feel. Or this could be, yeah, I kind of knew that. That's where I was staying, why I was staying where I was instead of adventuring out. So we'll see what this means. For some of you who are not going into the extended, I would say be prepared for something to show up that may have been secretive, may have been under the surface, something you didn't know, not a lie, but something somebody didn't tell you. I think you're going to discover it, and it's going to be something that takes you way outside of your emotional comfort zone. It also might be about a rejection that you're not sure about here, that you maybe saw coming or you felt, and you are going to figure out. But I feel like whatever this is going to help you get rid of some sort of a heavy burden you've been carrying here in these three swords. And that can be heartbreak, that can be angst, it can be disappointment, it could also be frustration. We'll talk about that as well. If you want to come into the extended and watch me pull this apart, we're going to clarify all these and these, and we'll find out what's going on. If you're interested in coming, please look at the pinned comment. There is a link there for the membership area, which is where I do all of the extendeds for all of the signs, no matter if it's monthly or weekly. If you're interested in a private read, please know private reads are open, pre-recorded readings as well as live readings. Pre-recorded readings are open, and if you're interested in that, please go to the link to Hypsee, check out my prices and packaging. If you are interested in a live reading, they are always on sale, and they are currently on sale. Please check my timetable, and you will have to pre-book for those as well. I am going to go for now into the extended, and if you want to be there, you know how to get there. I'm going to go, Pisces. Thank you so much for being here and watching. Appreciate all that you do. I'll be back because I'm always back. Take care. Bye-bye.